All right, folks. It's the notorious, glorious V, the Guerrilla Economist, coming to you live. Yeah, boy. With my main man, CJ, a.k.a. El Cuco. We bring you the news, the views, and all the information. Important to you. So check us out, roguenews.com. Follow us on Twitter, at Real Rogue News. Rogue News, everywhere, single podcasting app known to humanity. And, folks, we've launched our new platform, the Gadfly. So, CJ, is that link in the description box?
That link is not there yet, but it will be, V. It will be.
It will be. The link will be in the description box. El Cuco will put it there and make sure that you go check on it. Join, subscribe. I am there. The Golden Jackass is there. Dr. Jim Willie. London Paul is there. And Ken Shorgen is there. We are the Rebel Trinity, even though there's four of us. Kind of like the three amigos, but you know how the three amigos are. There was actually four. Three amigos. I'm sorry. The three musketeers. Jeez, oh my God. Yeah, the three musketeers. Anyways, check it out, folks. So basically what we're doing, guys, and the reason why we joined the Gadfly is this. Okay. You all know what's going on with YouTube censorship. We all know it's only a matter of time before we're completely deplatformed and have our what's cut off, and we'll be making next to nothing. And with that being said, this whole thing is important. So the Gadfly is important because it's a place where we can say whatever the heck we want to say. We don't have to worry about being our videos taken down. We don't have to worry about subscribers saying, "Hey, you know what? I subscribe to you at least 5 times, and then magically every time I come back, I see myself unsubscribed to your channel." We don't have to hear those things no more. And we don't have to worry about, hey, you know what? I played 10 seconds of a music clip or a sound clip or a news broadcast, and then we're getting copyright strikes. Or automatically, as soon as we're done with a broadcast, we upload it like Harley or Gus, we're automatically, boom, we're hit with a strike because they don't like the content. And then we got to request manual reviews. And then we got to do this and do that. It is a headache. It is a headache. And every time that YouTube shuts down and comes back on, all of us here, CJ and I, we kind of hold our breath. We hold our breath because we don't know that when it does come back, and folks, we've seen this like a few weeks ago when YouTube went down. And we kind of hold our breath because we don't know when they do come back up if we will still be on there. First thing I do, you don't know the terror of the first thing that happens is when we turn on, that all of a sudden, boom, there is our channel's not there anymore. There's a terror there because there's thousands of videos, tens of thousands of hours of hard work put into this. And, the Gadfly is a place where we're going to be able to put that hard work and it's going to be there. And as we grow, the site is only going to get better. It's only going to get more flashier and stylistic. I mean, we were able to put this together on a shoestring budget. And by the grace of God, we're able to pull this off. And I'm able to see so many people have already jumped on board the Gadfly for less than $10 a month, guys. $10 a month goes to supporting us and this platform. $10 a month. And it makes a huge difference for our bottom line and keeping the price of freedom, keeping freedom moving, the small price to pay. So it's all about solutions here over at Rogue, and we're proud of it, And also check out our sponsors, our paid sponsors, who will eventually be transferring also along to the Gadfly. MyCBDedibles.com. MyCBDedibles.com. Whether you need anything that is CBD infused, go get it over at MyCBDedibles.com. Everything from coffee to delicious doggy treats, they got it all. They got you covered. Check it out, MyCBDedibles.com. And also, folks, check out the cryptoschool.io. I think, or you can go to watchustrade.io. Go to watchustrade.io. You can join the Watch Us Trade room, watchustrade.io. watchustrade.io. That's the new URL for the swanky, gorgeous website. Go check it out. Join, make it happen for yourself, and become part of the crypto revolution. Big things are ahead for crypto, and I can tell you that because I'm not a psychic. I don't have remote viewing capabilities, but I do work in the crypto OTC markets, and I can tell you right now, the massive whales that are coming in and just scooping up massive amounts of Bitcoin. They wouldn't be doing this if they thought it was going to go down. No, they're positioning. And I see this confluence in the crypto market. I see this confluence in the U.S. stock market. I see this confluence in the gold market. And like I predicted months and months and months and months and months and months and months ago, we're ready for a major climb up. And I'm going to be detailing that a little bit on the Gadfly. And I actually showed my face there yesterday, which is kind of weird, Siege. I was tired. I was shaved. The lighting was bad. It was just, but it is what it is. Yeah, I showed my face there. It was odd. It was just really odd. I like talking with just audio.
It felt different.
Yeah, man. I can concentrate more without the video stuff. We'll see how it goes. I just got to get used to it, I guess.
Well, that's the big benefit. That's the big benefit. Yeah. Everyone's been asking is when's V going to reveal himself? Well, it's there at the Gadfly. And V, real quick, there is some free content there that you can go preview. It is 7 days to join free, which is, so it doesn't cost you anything to join other than just $1 to validate that you have a working debit or bank card. But V, I want to play this trailer real quick for them so they can kind of get a little bit of a perspective. It's only like 4 minutes long, but I think it'll help.
4 minutes long.
The trailer. Yep. Here we go.
Hey everyone, it's V the Guerrilla Economist, and we are Gadfly. We are at the round table right now, and I'm sitting with the main guys, the brain trust that's behind this entire operation. We have with us Dr. Jim Willie himself, London Paul, and the one and only Ken, the shotgun Shorjan. And we are over here talking about the Gadfly, internet freedoms, freedom of speech, censorship, and all things economic, geostrategic, and geopolitical. With that being said, let's just go around the room real quick and introduce each other, just in case one of you listeners don't know who we are. Without further ado, London Paul, how are you? We'll start with you, and then we'll go to Dr. Jim Willie, and then Ken.
Yeah, hi, V. And just to say, we're really enthused about starting this project, and I think the big selling features is not just the individual content that we'll bring, but obviously the roundtable discussions and the individual discussions we'll have with each other, which is something that's unique to this platform. I think it's worth pointing out from my perspective that the content we'll discuss on the Gadfly will not be shared anywhere else, and vice versa with the subscription content I have on the Sirius Report, just to make that absolutely clear. In terms of subject matter, I think we're going to be very topical. We'll also speculate things, but we'll be very clear when we are speculating rather than quoting things factually. And we aim to provide a unique service that's complementary, from my perspective, to what I do on the Sirius Report. And for people who've listened to me on Rogue Money for, getting on for 2 years, I get the idea it's that kind of discussion in one sense that I'll do individually. But also I look forward to doing contributions with Jim, of course, who I've known for a number of years, and V and Ken. And I think, in terms of us doing things in a collaborative venture, that is definitely a unique selling feature that you most certainly won't get anywhere else. But we must emphasize it's unique content to hear and not something you'll get, in my case, on the Sirius Report.
All right, Jim, your turn.
I am very psyched up about this opportunity because for a long time, it's hard to describe this. I feel a bit lonely in my work. Lonely in a sense that I do my work, I do my research, I make calls, I read my email, I call up folks, but I don't really have much formal discussions with my colleagues in a recorded manner. And when I do, I expect it's going to be a lot of fun and be extremely stimulating. So what we're going to try to do with this multi-channel network, pardon me, is to cherry pick interesting topics, especially when they're very new and current, when they're popping up and we've got some information, but maybe not a lot of information. Cherry pick topics that are going to be very relevant in the next coming months, and just toss them around and discuss what we might think will happen, discuss the impact on certain very important areas like, say, European big banks, discuss the impact on, say, the dollar with further treasury bond dumping. We can speculate in areas that I don't really do much in my hat trick letter. I try to keep it more factual. And once in a while, I'll say, watch out for such and such in the hat trick letter. But this is going to be a multi-channel network with multiple analysts at work, and I'm looking forward to doing dual interviews, which I think will be a lot of fun and stimulating. But we're going to have to be discussing some of the geopolitical nightmares and effects and major factors that are at work right now that require speculation to sort out. I can't say that in the Hattrick letter I've sorted out the entire global reset. I try to come up with various factors and various planks toward it, but there's so much that we can just wonder about. This can be a great forum for thinking out loud, talking with other smart guys, and just raising issues and putting events on the board to watch for. So it's going to be complementary to the Hattrick letter and complementary to the other guys and their business lines, whatever they are. So I think that the most important thing to emphasize is it's going to be complementary and alerts, speculation, hot topics in sort of a cherry-picking fashion. Like, we're going to discuss this and only this, and yeah, there'll be some questions about ramifications. So I'm very excited, V, and you other guys. I'm very excited. Paul, Ken, and CJ, a lot of gratitude to you for setting this up. It's a lot of background work.
Ken, go for it, brother.
Well, everyone, since the world seems to be changing, especially in the social media platforms, we all got together and decided that we wanted to collaborate on this venture. Yes, it is a subscription service. However, the fact of the matter is with the social media having the control over things, we are going to be able to talk about anything we want. We are going to be able to speculate on ideas and thoughts and things that we get that you can't find anywhere else. I'm pretty much known over on YouTube for my daily market wrap-ups. I'm going to be bringing that over here, but I'm also going to be expanding recordings on things that are political, geopolitical. I'm going to have a chat room. We're going to have a live chat. We're going to have a forum. I'm going to be involved, and I'm sure the others are as they can, to be involved in answering questions and helping you, the subscribers, the listeners, to be able to really get involved in what we do and to learn to critically think, especially when pretty much the whole world seems to be going to hell in a handbasket. You can take a look at the elections last night. You can take a look at the financial settings going on around the world. We are in a time of transition. What we want to do is to get together so that people, you all, listeners, when you come with questions, that we can at least provide, if not the direct answer, at least the avenue for you to get there. And I think with all of us coming together, it's going to provide so many different life experiences, knowledge, and critical thought that I think it's going to be a wonderful platform to supplement what people already do, what London Paul does with his side, what Jim Willie does with his, with V, with the other myriad of things, whether it's cryptocurrencies, finance, economics, geopolitics, and the like. And from there, we can go ahead and see if we can expand this, bringing you, the listener, in to be a part of what we're trying to build here.
Absolutely. Very well said, all of you. And folks, again, the Gadfly, check us out. We are the place where you want to be to get the full spectrum of all things geopolitical, geoeconomic, geostrategic, and geosocial. All the driving forces in the world, we comment on it, we break it down, and we make it easy for all of you to understand. With that being said, we're over and out.
Don't leave, people. We're not done. Go ahead, V.
So, folks, that's what the Gadfly is, man. And I encourage all of you to be there because it's a breath of fresh air for us to just say what we want to say without any sort of fear of censorship. And you know what? It's the place to be. So what's going to happen going forward is this. On the YouTube thing, we're going to come in. We're going to do a little, 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most. But, 10, 15 minutes is where we want to be at, with YouTube, discussing the topics, discussing all the things that are going on. But the meat of it, the hour-long show, is definitely going to be at the Gadfly. So going forward, we're just going to give you like a daily news brief. And if you want the meat of what we're going to be talking about and all these other things, it's going to be the Gadfly. Why the hell would you not want to be there? I'm there. Jim Willie's there. London Paul is there. Ken Shorgen is there. I mean, you got right there four of the sharpest minds in all things basically what the heck's going on in the world. To break it down, it's all four of us. All of us. And we all have our respective talents, whether it's in the gold markets, whether it's in cryptos, whether it's in the geostrategic, geoeconomic. We have what a brain trust. What an absolute brain trust. And I recommend all of you guys to go there, because the Gadfly is going to be where it's at, because, there's no point for us to be here on YouTube. Like, what is the point? Siege, do you see a point in us being here?
You're feeding the belly of the beast. You're contributors that still stay on the YouTube. I mean, that's fine. I get it. But think that you're feeding the belly of the beast. You're giving them the ammunition. You're giving them the ad revenue to continue censoring, to continue corroding free speech in this country. That's how I look at it, V.
Yep. Exactly right, man. Exactly right. So that's where we're transitioning over to. So the YouTube channel going forward, we're going to give our little sound bites, this, that, and the other. The crux of the commentary, the best shows, the best everything, uncensored, uncut, live, will be, it'll be the Gadfly. It will be the Gadfly. So that's where you want us to be. That's where you want to be. And folks, the link will be on the description box. The address right now is thegadfly.vhx.tv. That's the gadfly.vhx.tv. And we'll just cover some quick little news topics, Siege.
Let's jump into it. Let's jump into
it, man. And let me see if I can pull the topics really quick. Let's talk about the idiocracy real quick. The idiocracy is real. Multiple lawmakers were re-elected despite facing corruption and criminal charges. This is from RT. U.S. voters re-elect lawmakers facing criminal indictments and corruption charges, because why not? Embarrassing social media photos could easily sink a congressional campaign, but several lawmakers have shown that you can be charged with corruption and embezzlement. Heck, you could even go ahead and sleep with underage prostitutes like Robert Torselli. Robert Menendez. Bob Menendez. Yeah, that guy. That's come back. American voters who took partisan politics to a whole new level on Tuesday after Republican Congressman Duncan Hunter and Chris Collins, both of whom face federal indictments for crimes including embezzlement and securities fraud, won re-election. As long as Democrats don't win, right? Hunter, a 5-term congressman from California, was charged along with his wife in August of misusing campaign funds totaling more than $250,000. The Hunter household found remarkably creative ways to spend the embezzled cash, even using the funds to purchase a $600 airline ticket for their pet rabbit. Wow. The congressman also used the money to reportedly carry out extramarital affairs and take vacations to Hawaii, London, and Las Vegas. Now, on top of that, he put the blame on his wife. Oh, my God. I love it. I love it. This is great. The 60-count indictment includes allegations of conspiracy, wire fraud, falsification of records. Hunter's electoral success can be attributed to a number of factors. For starters, the politician enjoys a peculiar kind of name recognition. Hunter's father, also named Duncan, held the House seat for 28 years before him. The legacy congressman also employed some below-the-belt attacks against his opponent, Democrat Amar Kempa Najjar. Hunter's campaign even suggested that Kempa Najjar, who is a Latino Arab American, what? How the hell is that even possible? Was a security risk because of his family's alleged risk to terrorism. Wow. Collins, who represents New York's 27th district, was also indicted in August, but his charges were not quite as entertaining. The 3-year incumbent is accused of insider trading. Prosecutors claim that the Republican congressman tipped off his son about a failed drug trial by an Australian pharmaceutical company, Innate Immunotherapeutics. Collins was serving as the company's board at the time. His son then allegedly sold his shares before the news of the drug trial sent the price of the stock into free fall. Collins suspended his campaign in August after being arrested. He relaunched his campaign in mid-September after the Republican Party failed to replace him on the ballot. He defeated his Democratic opponent, Nate McMurray, by 1%. The New York congressman may be a crook, but apparently he's a political crystal ball. He was the first House member to endorse the presidential candidacy of Donald Trump. Democrat Senator Bob Menendez. Now, this guy is as corrupt as hell. How is this guy even not? How is he even alive is beyond me. Bob Torricelli cannot even. Bob, I keep calling him Torricelli. That was another corrupt. That was another corrupt Jersey senator, right? But Bob Menendez cannot open his mouth without skeleton bones coming out. This guy's ridiculous, right? Republicans were the only ones. Voters appear to equally forgiving on the other side of the aisle. Democrat Senator Bob Menendez, who represents New Jersey, was victorious in Tuesday's elections despite being charged with corruption in 2017. The Justice Department eventually dropped the case. Gee, I wonder why. It was dropped by the Obama administration because this guy's as filthy as it comes. Menendez knows a lot of dirty tricks and he knows dirt on people. Even though the polls show that voters didn't think Menendez was trustworthy, they nonetheless held their noses and gave him another term. They apparently valued sending a Democrat to the Senate to stand up to President Trump and Republicans more. This is how dumb certain districts in this country is. See, the country's gone nuts, bro. I think the division is pretty insanely clear in certain states. You go to New York, you go to New Jersey, you go to Connecticut, you go to the liberal Northeast. You go to the left coast, it is extremely, extremely polarized. It is extremely politically tribalistic. And I don't know how or when or how this even happened, but I've never seen it this bad ever before. And I think that we're being pushed to the absolute limits here, Siege. And it's crazy that they don't care that Bob Menendez, he has been caught sleeping with underage prostitutes in the Dominican Republic. He has been caught for embezzlement. He has been caught in fraud. He's been caught so many times. This guy is as dirty as they come, a dirtbag. And everybody around him winds up in prison, but Bob Menendez skates free. And yet the idiot, dumb, retarded people of New Jersey reelect this moron. It's incredible. New Jersey, a state that is swirling the toilet bowl with its big brother, New York. New Jersey, where they're just recently enacting a water tax. Did you hear about this, CJ? A water tax. If you're using tap water, you go over a gallon, there's going to be an additional tax placed upon the already cost of the tap water. Can you believe such an insane thing? They are taxing the hell out of millionaires and billionaires in the states of New York and New Jersey to the point where many billionaires and millionaires are seeking residency elsewhere because you cannot punish somebody for success. It's crazy. This morning, I had to drop off my German super sedan over to get it fixed. And one of my favorite shops around here is a buddy of mine. He runs probably one of the finest Porsche repair centers in the state of New York and probably on the East Coast. Just does so much amazing work. But he's a conservative libertarian, and he's like, dude, I can't operate in this state. It's killing me. Every year, every quarter, my taxes are double. I'm paying 70, 80 grand a quarter. 70, 80 grand a quarter, folks. A quarter in taxes every quarter. I mean, you do the math. Okay, that's just in state taxes. And all the other regulatory fees, it is impossible. And yet these brain-dead people will continue to elect politicians who will squeeze, who will cheat, who will lie their way to get what they want. And it is beyond me. It is beyond me. And it's troubling me to the core. And it's pretty funny, man. It's just like, when did we get so stupid? Why are some places just more dumb than others, Siege? I don't know, man. What's your take?
Well, looking at the big picture, I think it gets worse before it gets better. And why I say that is because when you take a look just in terms of the demographics, you take a look at people of fiscal responsibility, people who live within their means. I think that you see, for the most part, that you see 1 or 2 birth families for those people. But when you take a look at, on the other side of it, you take a look at people having several, 5, 6, kids, and you see that escalation. It manifests into people going through the education cycle, getting this program. We do not have an informed electorate. We, for the most part, people want to emotionally charged issues like race, like believing the left-right paradigm, and that's why it's going to be so important for people like ourselves, for people who believe in freedom, liberty, to expand that message and to educate, to help get people to understand, is that you have your freedom, you have your liberty to do what you want. Don't step on mine, and I won't step on yours. And we're going to have to work very hard the next several years, and it's not going to be 4 years, it's going to be 8 years. We're going to have to work very hard. And sometimes it's tough for people to understand that. And I'm guilty of it as well. Sometimes I get fixated on the tunnel of my own belief system, that people see things like me, and there's more people that are understanding, but there's a lot more of the other side than us. So we just have to work real hard to build that bridge, to get past that stigma and that the Democrat, the Republicans, and talk more about principal belief systems of freedom, of liberty, your ability to go out and create, to earn your wages, to get a job, and I'm not going to call it the American dream. I'm going to say whatever you want it to be, your independent life, the non-aggression principle. It's going to take a lot of time to do that. And I think this article is a perfect example of that we don't have an informed, I won't use the word educated. I don't think that's proper. I think people lack the emotional intelligence when they vote these people. I mean, I can't remember. I read where there was one sitting, was it Congress or somewhere, that was actually sitting in jail election night and won.
It was crazy, man.
So that's where we've arrived. That's where we've arrived.
When Ben Franklin says something so profound, says, "The republic, if you can keep it." And George Washington, I believe, said this, or was it Thomas Jefferson? But they said that our republic, our Constitution, is for a vigilant and morally upright people. That our Constitution, our country, our fledgling nation at that time, our country, our Constitution, our form of government is for a vigilant and morally upright population. Are we vigilant? No. Are we morally upright? Not in most places. And this is where we are right now, man. It's we've literally have thrown the baby out with the bathwater. We've cast off all restraint. And here we are today in 2018, barreling into the unknown. And dude, yesterday Sessions was fired. Thank God. And see, do you think for 1 second that finally we can kind of step away from some of these QAnon posts? Can we finally? I'm not saying go ahead and abandon the whole thing, and even though I would advocate you doing that, but will people finally start taking him with a grain of salt? You think that will happen, Siege? Do you? I mean, are we done, folks? Are we done with the cheap parlor tricks already?
What?
Are we done with it? I mean, are we done with the parlor tricks? Are we done with the magician's sleight of hand? Are we done with the manipulation? Are we done? Are you done? Are you finished looking for a sign or a savior or somebody coming in on a white horse? Have you been fed up with that already?
Just, I mean, really encouraging people to open up their belief system and look at things in different perspectives. And that's so important, and that's why a lot of times when I see comments on our videos, V, where someone will say, well, London Paul said one thing and Harley said the other, and now V saying this and W said that, you have to consider those different perspectives. You don't want to get caught in just one belief system that this is happening, this is going on, this is what's happening. And that's my caution to that more than anything is taking different perspectives in mind, that What's going to happen? What's going to happen if there's no arrest? What's going to happen when Trump is a one-term president? And that danger is very real. People laugh at me when they're like, "Oh, you're so full of shit, CJ." That is a reality that we very well could be looking at a one-term president. And what are you going to do? What are you're going to do that you've been so fixated that there's thousands of indictments? And I'm not saying it's not going to happen. What I'm saying is just keep things in perspective, listen to various opinions, because we don't know. And I don't want to see people psychologically damaged if things do not happen, because it will. I see it already. Some of the people that message me and text that are so into following that, and I wish them well. If that's what their thing, then fine. But I think yesterday is a big. You can only spend things so many ways, and when you're told numerous times to trust the plan, Sessions is working in the background. He's doing all these things, and now they spin it to say, well, he was fired because now he can testify. Now he can go testify now. So this was done on purpose. Trump lost the House on purpose because this is why, because they brought in all these good people.
Oh yeah, all these good people, man.
So get ready. So when you see
does Bolton count? Does the maniacal mustache count as quote all these good people?
So when you see Mitt Romney. When you see Mitt Romney move the strike against Trump, and you think that because they picked up House and the Senate, yes, I'm glad that they retained the Senate and so forth. But trust me, there's still evil there. There's still people that want to see Donald Trump fail that wear the Republican flag. So yeah, just be aware of it. Yep,
absolutely. And with that being said, folks, we're at the end of the broadcast. We're going to be right now. CJ and I are going to switch gears. We're going to go over to the Gadfly, upload our show. It's going to be in depth, so I suggest you go to the gadfly.vhx.tv. Link will be in the description box. That's the gadfly.vhx.tv. Go there. We're going to be doing our show there. It's going to be live. No, that's not going to be live. We're not. We one day we will be able to do live broadcasts. We just can't right now. It's cost prohibitive for us to do it right now, but we will get it to that point. That's why we need you guys to join, so it can be awesome. We got 17,000 subs in this. Come on, I need at least all 17,000 of you to get over there and make it happen. Support us, just be there, help us out. This is the only thing going forward. There's no guarantees. I mean, this project was being built for over a year and a half, and we rushed it. Siege put the whole thing together and pushed it out there. We rushed this thing out there because you know why? There's no guarantees, and like I said, the last few times when YouTube went down. And they have that message saying our servers are down momentarily. We'll be right back up. We were literally holding our collective breaths to see if there was indeed a rogue news channel coming back when that YouTube was reactivated. Because certain contributors that are on the smaller side of things, they're not here anymore. They're gone. They're gone. People are disappearing. It's like going down the memory hole. Kind of very, very Orwellian, folks. Very Orwellian. So listen to me. Get over to the Gadfly, the gadfly.vhx.tv, the gadfly.vhx.tv. Join there, be a part of the community. With that being said, we're over and out. Join us over there because CJ and I are going to go rock it out. Take it away, buddy.